Introducing Will O'Brien and Jake LaVille. Here we go.
Hi, Mr. Bellissimo. Welcome to our presentation on the elasticity of a potential Hyperloop being built between Toronto and Montreal. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cover sort of a synopsis of all the topics and concepts we're going to need to know when analyzing this issue. So the first thing is elasticity of demand, and that's essentially how responsive consumers are to price changes. And there are three different types: elastic, inelastic, unit elastic. So elastic is essentially a greater change in demand, a greater percentage change in demand than percentage change in price. Inelastic is a greater percentage change in price than demand, and then unit elastic is an equal percentage change in both. The next thing we're going to look at is price elasticity of supply. So it's a numerical value for price elasticity the numerical value of price elasticity of supply is found by taking the ratio of the changes in quantity supplied and in price, and each divided by the average value. And Karl Marx has said that price is based on labor needed, and capitalists use this to capitalists follow this and use this to their advantage by maximizing work shifts and minimizing wages.
So the Hyperloop. It is the year 2026 and you are a member of the Metrolinx finance team. Metrolinx and the City of Montreal have just approved a proposal for Virgin Hyperloop 1 to build a direct Hyperloop link between the two cities. However, many questions remain unanswered and further analysis is required.
So we just want to sort of cover what a Hyperloop actually is. So it's a new type of transportation that would allow for faster travel times, and while it's expensive to build, this is a great advantage, especially in our case, Toronto and Montreal. It would cut travel times down to 40 minutes. And this compared to the average time of a train, 5 hours, flight 3 hours, and car another additional 5 hours. We can see that it cuts travel times down drastically. It can be a very, very innovative and revolutionary way to travel from place to place.
Introducing Chris Chadwards.
Okay, so now I'm going to start to talk about the price elasticity of demand in the short run. So basically, initially, we believe that demand for the Hyperloop will not be that large initially because it's a very new technology, very state-of-the-art, and a lot of people might need to kind of gain trust or something like that. And the world, in other words, is just going to have to adapt to this new technology and really get ready for it. We kind of demonstrated this through a little economics meme of the day for you there. Okay, so now talking about the price for the Hyperloop in the short run, it is going to be significantly larger than, let's say, your average train ticket from Toronto to Montreal. That's just because it's a billion-dollar project, but it will be worth it because the time that you save is just really, really, really good. And this means the correlation between the two, it means that it is elastic in the short run. And so now with the price elasticity of demand, but in the long run, so demand in the long term, it'll just continue to increase because it is the future of transportation, the Hyperloop. And it'll also just become a lot more accessible and cheaper as time goes on. As more and more people start to use this technology, it means that the price will be able to come down, and it'll just allow for a lot more demographic types of people to be able to use it. It won't just be more the elite businessmen from Toronto, Montreal. It'll become accessible to everyone. And this also means that in the long run, it'll continue to be an elastic relationship with demand.
Introducing Jack, checking in with us from home base.
Alright, so I'm going to be talking about the price elasticity of supply immediately, in the short run, and in the long run. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So initially there will be an elastic supply. This is because there can't be a change in resource amount, but there will be extra costs for unexpected things like damage, and so then you have to repair these, and there could be other things coming up that you're not accounting for to increase the cost. But this will be the only Hyperloop initially, so there won't be a problem when acquiring resources because there will be no competition. So now to talk about the short run, and in the short run it is an elastic supply. Competition will not really change initially because people will not be able to develop their same technology that quick. But there will be a rise in things as repair, obviously, as time goes on, and there's an increase in quantity supplied. And now finally in the long run, we see a perfectly elastic supply. So as time goes on, Hyperloop will expand, bring more money, more people want to use it, and change to it as more of a used travel transportation necessity. So, but over time, as I said earlier, people will not have this technology. Now people will have this technology, so there will be a rise in competitors, everyone coming to this market. So the resource market is no longer solely controlled by the Hyperloop, but that won't be too big of a deal because it's not a resource where there won't be too many competitors, and it is not a scarce resource. And there will finally be a fall in operating costs over time because there will be cheaper technology.
All right, now sending it off to Lavelle.
So this is a graph for our Hyperloop assignment, and on the y-axis we have price of tickets, on the x we have number of passengers. For our number of passengers, 1 equals 100,000, and just analyzing the data here, we can see that it is elastic due to the percentage change in demand is greater than the percentage change in price.